Yo, what is going on, guys?
And welcome back to the channel.
And as you all saw by the title, we are going to be telling you the story time about our first dates.
Sadie and I were going to hang out with a group of friends. We were all going down to the beach to watch some fireworks, get some dinner, just like hang out as a group, you know?
Yeah.
And little did we know that we would be hanging out with each other alone instead.
Yeah.
So that night kind of turned into like our first date.
Yeah. So basically what happened is we met each other while working at Target, if you didn't know that. So we're working one day together and it's getting towards the end of my shift. I usually worked like super early in the morning at like 4 a.m. to like noon, right? That was usually my shift. And then Avery would come in at like 6. And then she would work until about 2:30ish.
Yeah.
So I was getting ready to leave because it was almost noon. And I was coming up from the back and I had ran into her and one of our friends that we worked with also at the time. So Jenny was saying how she and some of her friends were gonna go to a beach that's near us. It's called Long Beach. And go see the fireworks show because they were having like a fireworks show that night because it was like the
100th anniversary.
Yeah, like the beach's anniversary or something like that. And
this beach is like an hour to an hour and a half away.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So, and Jenny had asked Avery if like she wanted to go, and I was coming up kind of like as she was asked, and so she was like, "What did you say? Wasn't it like
well, I'll go, Sadie can go. Like, can Sadie go with me?"
Right. And I was like, what? What's going on? And I was looking super excited to hear that because like this bitch would not hang out with me.
Oh my gosh, whatever.
And Avery was like, oh, Jenny was talking about, you know, going to the beach for like the fireworks show tonight. Like, would you want to go? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna say no to that shit.
Right. So it was the end of your shift. And then I texted you, I was like, okay, let me run home. I'm gonna get ready, I'm gonna do my makeup, and then we'll meet at this time, and then we'll just drive over. And we were supposed to drive over with Jenny and her friend, but they decided to go a little bit earlier than us. So we ended up going a little bit later, and so we drove together. And like we said, it's an hour to an hour and a half away from where we live, so it was just Sadie and I in the car talking the entire time, no music playing, just talking the entire time. We're just talking about life and like our values and what we see each other, like how we
and like this was the first time we had ever been like alone.
Yes,
together.
Ever.
And we have an hour and a half car ride to this place. And this is the first time we're alone.
And we're just talking.
Us.
And like it wasn't awkward. I'm not gonna say it's awkward because we were like so close. But it was weird. It was weird.
It was just like a different vibe.
Yeah, it was a different vibe. And like, I could kind of tell like you were just like vibing, like ready to get to know me, like just chilling, like excited.
No, because I remember we were talking, I don't remember what we were talking about, but she basically was like, she was talking about how she really likes to just get to know people right away.
I do.
She doesn't like the mysterious shit.
Just get over that shit. Just like
she was like, just tell me everything. And I was like, I don't know why, because I've never done that with anybody. I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'll tell you fucking everything, whatever you want to know. And so we basically told each other kind of like our life stories. Yeah,
just like going back and forth and asking questions, just like getting to know each other and just like enjoying each other's presence and like getting to know each other, which was so nice. So that car ride ends, we get to the beach finally, and we call Jenny and we're like, hey, where you at? Like the fireworks are about to start. And she's like, oh, you know, we all went out to dinner because you guys were a little bit late. And we were like, what? We were all supposed to go to dinner together. Like we were like, what the fuck? Okay. And then we started seeing the fireworks going off at the beach. So I'm like, say, we gotta go. Like, we need to go to the beach right now or we're gonna miss it.
Yep.
So we go to the beach, and it's just us, again. And we're just watching the fireworks on this cold-ass beach.
Freezing.
Bro,
so we live in Washington State, okay? And that was like...
when? January, February,
okay? It is fucking cold as shit.
The wind from the Pacific Ocean is literally chilling. Like, you could feel it in your bones. So we were freezing. I had a jacket on, but like I was still so cold. I don't do well with the cold. So I was like basically just like trying to stand as close to her as possible without it like being awkward. The fireworks end, we head back to the car, and again, another hour and a half car ride back home. And it's not super late, it's like 8 at this point, so I'm like, say, let's go get a drink, like let's go hang out, let's get a drink.
She's like, let's go.
I don't want to go home yet. I really didn't want to stop hanging out with you. So on the way back, we're just like talking, and I was like, you know, like, I don't know, I've never been with a girl, but like I could.
Oh my god, I forgot bro.
I was like, what is it like? I asked you what it's like because I was like, because I was curious, because I did like you a lot.
I know, and that's really funny. So I forgot that even happened. So yeah, we're literally driving on the way back, and I can't remember what we were talking about before that, but Avery literally goes, she's like, what, you're like, I think you asked, how did you know you were gay?
Yeah.
As soon as she said that, I was like, oh shit. Because usually when somebody asks that,
because I liked you and I didn't know that feeling. I didn't know how it felt to like a girl like that.
I know, but I'm just saying that's usually like the indication of like somebody's like, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
So literally in that moment I was like, oh shit. I was like, she likes me. Avery's a little bit of a lightweight.
I am.
So she had a couple drinks. I didn't know this though at the time. I didn't know because we obviously had never hung out before.
Right.
And so she's like, okay, listen, like, I don't think I'm able to drive. Could we, like, hang out until I sober up? I'm like, yeah, that's totally fine. So we end up driving around for a little bit, still just, like, vibing, talking, listening to some music, like, telling each other, like, what our music tastes are and stuff like that. And then she was like, she said that she had felt bad because, like, I was just, like, driving her around. And I'm like,
for hours.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, it's like 11 o'clock at night at this point. There's nothing to do where we live. I'm like, the only other thing to do is, like, I guess to just go back to my apartment and then just like, I guess hang out until you sober up. And she's like, okay, let's do that. And I was like,
so we go back to my apartment. I'm literally so drunk at this point. I look over at Sadie and I'm like, I want to go to bed. I literally want to go to bed so bad. So I literally lay down in my clothes in her bed and she lays like right next to me. We don't touch, we don't talk. I'm wearing a North Face jacket and ripped jeans. I'm like jeans.
Bro,
I go to sleep in her bed like that. And then
yeah, and I even asked her beforehand. I was like, do you want some sweats or something? Like, you can change into something because that's uncomfortable. I know that's uncomfortable. Yeah,
but I wasn't comfy yet. Yeah. So I was like, no, I'm gonna go to bed. So I went to bed. So I woke up super early. I look over at Sadie. She's still sleeping. I'm thirsty as fuck. I'm literally so quenched. I start drinking water out of this bitch's sink, and she looks over at me and she's like, do you want some water? And I'm like, no, the people pleaser in me is like, no, the water in the sink is so good. I would literally drink this shit dry. I will literally like suck that shit up, okay? So then I start getting ready. She starts getting up and like getting ready, and she snuck a picture of me to her friends.
Yeah, I did. So she was getting ready and she was like tying her shoes.
Yeah.
And so her face was down, and so I was like, oh, I can like take a picture really quick. So I took a picture of her and I sent it to one of my friends because like she had worked with us also, and she like knew that I had like a fat crush on Avery, and I was like, bro, I was like, yes, we just spent the night, and she was like, no fucking way, and I was like,
but you made it seem like I spent the night and like we did something.
No, I told her that though. I was like, but we didn't do anything. She literally just slept over.
Oh, okay. Well, and then so she takes me back to my car in the morning, and I'm like, hey, you know, like, what are you doing today? And she's like, you know, I don't know, really nothing. And so I was like, that was me asking her to hang out, but she didn't understand that, so it made it seem like she shut me down.
Well, yeah, because like, you know when you're hanging out with somebody and then like you're done hanging out with them and you're like, oh, like let's hang out again, or like let's do this again, like when you're free, and you're like, oh yeah, but like you never like actually end up messaging them. That's what I thought that interaction was. Because
she was ready to hang out again.
Well, I know, but like
I know.
She was like, well, what are you doing? And I was like, I had nothing to do that day. And I was like, probably nothing. And she was like, oh, like I have some stuff to do today. I'm gonna run home, like shower, change, whatever, and then I'll text you when I'm done. I'm like, okay, yeah.
So I
didn't think it was gonna happen.
I ran home, I took a shower, and then I did my makeup, and I got ready so quick, like 30 minutes, and I texted her and I said, hey bitch, what are you doing?
Bro, I literally pulled up to my apartment, I got up into my room, and I was there for maybe 5 minutes, and all of a sudden she's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, Oh, she was dead ass serious about hanging out.
Yeah, I was. So I met her back in town. I texted her. I was like, I have errands to run and you're coming with me. I didn't even give her the choice. So we went and got pedicures, and then we went and got sushi, and we spent the whole entire day together.
Yeah.
But then eventually we make it back to the apartment that we're in right now. We were sitting on this couch right here. We were watching TV. We were watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and she's like got her arm on the back of the couch. So I like kind of snuggled.
She snuggled in. She made a move. She made a move. And I was sitting there, I was like,
I snuggled in. Yes, okay. And so I was snuggling her, and it was like, I don't know. That was so weird of me.
she just like she kind of just like she put her head on my shoulder. She didn't like necessarily move her, like when we were like cuddling.
No.
But she just like kind of just like put her head on my shoulder, like very faintly. Okay. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah.
And then I got bored after a while and wanted to go watch the sunset.
Yeah.
So Sadie and I drove up to this like really scenic view, really pretty view up in like one of the hills, because where we live is like a valley, so it goes like this. So we went and sat on top of one of the hills and just watched the sunset, and it was beautiful, and we were listening to Khalid, and we were just vibing and we're just chilling. And then we come back to our apartment, and I'm like, I don't want to go home. Yeah. Like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go home.
Yeah, but she like, because at this point it was like, what, 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to, because I had to work the next day. Okay, so I'm like, I want to come back over. And I am like, I just like, I don't know what to do. And Save's like, but come over, like right now, like come over. It's always open for you.
Yeah, I told her to come back over.
So I knock on the door, and she comes and gets me. And basically, we've been together ever since.
No, literally.
Literally every single day.
She has not left.
No. So, if you guys want to see more like this, and you want to get to know us a little bit better, and have story times from us, definitely just ask, because we love telling you guys more about our stories, our situations, like what's been going on with us. So, give this video a big thumbs up. Like we said, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications as well. And then comment down below what you guys want to see from us. If you want to see more of these, comment down below what you want to know.
Yeah.
We would love to do them for you.
We like doing story times for you guys. It's fun. So, that was our first date. Hope you enjoyed it. We love you guys. And
we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.